nude lip just like the rest of us, but you cannot have a proper nude lip without the perfect nude lip liner. So today I'm sharing 10 must-have shades so you can step up your nude lip. Whether you prefer brown, tan, neutral, or pink undertones, I've got you covered. I have options and we're going to swatch them and test them out. All right, so I'm gonna do my best to go with the lightest shades to the darker shades. And we are gonna start off with this Patrick Ta. It is in shade She's Humble. And I just love this packaging. I'm gonna start by swatching it on my wrist because it has a lot more room than my hand. And we have 10 shades to go through. So let's go ahead and get this party started. All right, so this is unique because it has a little pin-like applicator that you pump up and get the product out with. So let's go ahead and apply her, see what we think. And just by the way, I snapped myself with a rubber band yesterday and it freaking hurt. So that's what that is. Swelling has gone down, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and overline my lips. And then I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the entire lip so you can see really what the color looks like. And then I'm also gonna top off each lip liner with the same gloss so you can see what that looks like instead of leaving it super matte. So that is very pretty. It is considered a neutral pink. I forgot to swatch it. Let's go ahead and start that. All right, there's our first swatch. She's Humble. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bigger swatch so we can really see at the end. And then I'll do a little smudge test so we can kind of see the longevity of them all. I already really love this color. I like it all by itself, honestly. You can do a lot with it. You could probably pair it with a handful of different nude lip shades, lip glosses, lipsticks, but it's actually very pretty, just like that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and top it off. I'm gonna do the same lip gloss for all of the lip liners. And this is shade Nearly Naked. It's a lip gloss by Gibson Girl. I'm not gonna do a ton, just enough to give it some moisture. And that is very pretty. So that's the Patrick Ta in shade She's Humble. All right, off to the next one. And I can already tell that my lips are probably gonna get a little spicy by the end. I'm actually gonna rehydrate my lips in between with this Wonderskin Lip Oil and then dab that off, just so my lips don't get too dry. All right, so next is by Wonderskin, and this is shade Saddle, and it is supposed to be a warm tan. I feel like it has a little bit of pinky undertones just with my first thought, especially next to the Patrick Ta. All right, that actually went on very pretty. It's a very pretty, very pinky nude versus warm nude is what they called it. But I do have a pink undertone to my lips. So I usually gravitate personally more towards the pinky nude. So I really like this. I think it's very pretty, very soft. It went on very nicely. Now I will give her a little top off with the Gibson Girl lip gloss. All right, that is the Wonderskin in shade Saddle, and it is very pretty, very soft and elegant. All right, next up we have the Charlotte Tilbury in Iconic Nude. This definitely had to make the list. We're gonna go ahead and give her the swatch. And this is supposed to be nude, just nude. And to me, next to the other ones, it is definitely a very true nude. All right, so that's the Iconic Nude, and I did have a little bit harder trouble applying that to my entire lip. I wouldn't say it was dry by any means, but it definitely didn't glide on as smooth as the other two, but it is definitely a very true nude. And there is a reason why it is called Iconic Nude. Let's top it off. All right, with the lip gloss, the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. All right, up next is the Huda Beauty, and this is shade Honey Beige, and it is supposed to be a honey beige. Swatch it. Definitely very much exactly what it says, honey beige. All right, that went on very nicely. That is definitely a very true nude with, I would say, definitely undertones of tan. And I really love this color. You know, it all depends on your outfit and really what you're going for, but this is definitely a very pretty nude shade. And that is with a tiny bit of lip gloss on top. All of these so far are gorgeous. Love them all. All right, you guys, next we have the Makeup by Mario in the shade Dmitry. I don't know how you say that. And this is supposed to be a nude beige. And I feel like I meant to put this a little sooner. But no, actually, I think it's where it's supposed to be. Here we go, a nude beige, definitely getting a little darker. Maybe I did it correctly. Let's get it on the lips. All right, that's very pretty. It went on nice and smooth. It's definitely, I feel like it has more of a taupe undertone for sure. Definitely more on the cooler side. Now topped off with a little bit of lip gloss. All right, we are halfway there and my lips, they're surviving. They're doing all right. Next we have the Kylie Cosmetics, and this is the Plumping Lip Liner in shade Kylie. And technically this is supposed to be a dusty rose, but it's definitely a nude in my opinion. I guess you could see a little bit of dusty rose, but you could also say that about the other ones too. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch her on the lips. All right, there's Kylie, and it is definitely a nude. It's actually darker than I expected it to be. It's a very true nude in my opinion. It went on pretty nice. I don't know, it says it's supposed to be plumping, but I don't really see what the difference is. Doesn't really seem to be any more plumping except for the fact that this is the 6th one I put on. So my lips are definitely already a little bit plump. I do love this color though, so let's go ahead and top it off with lip gloss. All right, love this shade just as much as I love all the other ones. Moving on. I hope you guys are taking notes because I'm very curious. I want you guys to put in the comments at the end which one of these lip liners was your favorite. All right, we have 4 left and we're getting into some of the darker shades now. Next up, we do have another Huda Beauty, but this is in shade Pinky Brown. And for the longest time, this was the only lip liner I wore. I've been branching out lately, so I still love it though. It's definitely a staple in my routine. And as you can see, it's definitely more on the pink side. Hence Pinky Brown. I definitely like when brands name their products basically what it is so you don't have to guess instead of naming it like Twilight or something, you know? Here we go. All right, now you can see why I love this color so much. It definitely has a pinky undertone, but you see it actually kind of browns out after it's been applied. Also, what I love about the Huda Beauty ones is they do glide on very smooth. So here's a close-up without the lip gloss. All right, topping it off, the lip gloss. And to be honest, I never normally coat the entire lip with lip liner, but I'm definitely gonna start doing that from now on. And when it wears off, you're not left with your 90s lip line, which I've been guilty of, for real. All right, here it is with a little bit of shine. Shout out to this lip oil for keeping my lips alive. The Wonderskin Lip Oil. Thank you. All right, moving along, we got 3 left. These are definitely a little bit more on the darker side. All right, next we have the Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut. And I was in Sephora the other day and I wanted one more lip liner. So I asked the lady and I was like, what is the best nude lip liner you have? the most popular nude lip liner. And she didn't even bat an eyelash. She took me over to the Makeup Forever section and said this particular one, Wherever Walnut. She said this was her favorite and apparently one of the most popular. And I'm really actually sad to say I didn't know about it. So I've already used it a couple times and I have to say, I love it. It's definitely a little bit on the darker side for nudes for me, but I'm definitely here for it. So here she is. And it's kind of funny how similar it looks to the last one, to the Huda Beauty Pinky Brown. So no surprise if that's why I like it, except it does have a tiny bit more of a brown, and it's definitely a little deeper. So here we go. I'm getting a lot faster at applying this lip liners. This actually goes on very smooth, so that's probably why too. I have to say this is waterproof and it's one of their extreme, it's the extreme version. So you do kind of have to work with it fast before it kind of sets in. So you don't like continue applying it and then get like build up around the edges. But now you can see why this is kind of like one of my new obsessions. Let's give her a little gloss. And this is how I've been wearing it, just like this, with this lip gloss right on top of it. And the longevity, it's extreme for sure. I do believe it's waterproof. All right, tell me how freaking gorgeous that is. I think definitely so far, right now I'm gonna say this is one of my favorites. If not my favorite. Maybe it's just with the look that I have going on today, but very freaking pretty. And it's just so much prettier than the swatch. I mean, all of them are, for real. Last two. All right, so next up is the Gibson Girl Nude. This is my brand. This is a waterproof, and I do love the fact that it's mechanical. And let's go ahead and put her to swatch test. This definitely has more of a brown undertone, in my opinion. All right, let's go on the lips. I do also like the fact that it actually stays pretty precise, which helps it go on a little bit easier than some. All right, there is the Gibson Girl Waterproof in Nude without the lip gloss. It's a nice, deep, neutral nude. Definitely one for longevity since it is waterproof. Let's give it a little moisture with our lip gloss. All right, there's the Gibson Girl Nude with a little bit of gloss. Okay, last is the RMS Go Nude Lip Pencil in Sunset Nude. So this is supposed to be a sunset nude. All right, last swatch. Very pretty. Here we go. A very nice rose nude, sunset nude. It went on nice as well. Give it a little moisture. Very pretty. I actually really love them all. But before we take this to an end, we gotta do a little smudge test. I'm not gonna go to town with it, but I do want to. Let's just see for longevity. All right, there we go. That's the Patrick Taw. It ain't budging. Next we have the Wonderskin Saddle. It's a little more waxy, but it's not budging. Next we have the Charlotte Tilbury. Also a little waxy, but definitely not budging. Next is the Huda Beauty. It's kind of actually crumpling off a little bit. Is that the Huda Beauty? Yeah, the Huda Beauty Honey Beige. Huh. Next we have the Makeup by Mario. Staying put. Next we have the Huda Beauty Pinky Brown. And that's crumpling off a little bit. Oh, interesting. All right, Makeup Forever, ain't budging. Gibson Girl, ain't budging. And lastly, the RMS. It's definitely not one for longevity. It smudges out very nice and actually feels nice and silky. So there's the little smudgy test. All right, you guys, that is a wrap on the 10 must-have nude lip liners. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. And I cannot wait to see you in the next one.